Good evening, Internet, and welcome to Top Shift 137. This is a quick update on the state of the Thargoid War. Over the last, it's 3 weeks now, so the Thargoids have been invading, and we now have all 8 Maelstroms in the system. And over Christmas, the community has fought back, and fought back in a fantastic way. On week 1, we were not able to secure a single system. However, on week 2, due to more Maelstroms arriving, apparently Thargoid forces were spread out a lot more, which made tackling one system a lot easier. When you think about it, I think they're working on the assumption that a set amount of Thargoids came with the Maelstroms. And as there was only one, then there was an intense setting of Thargoid forces. But those forces have now had to spread out as more Maelstroms have arrived. So at the present state of time, this is on Thursday the 29th, we have 8 Maelstrom systems, all of which have established themselves, and nobody has managed to penetrate deeper than the repulsive barrier. There's a repulsive barrier at the center of the Maelstrom which will fling your ship light seconds away from the Maelstrom if you manage to get that far in. And it's quite difficult to get that far in. We have 329 systems under Thargoid control. That is up a lot from last week. It was about 250 last week. It does leave that there are now 38 systems under having to fight off a Thargoid invasion, and as you can see, 51 are on Thargoid alert, which means that's where the Authoress is, and at some point I've got to try and find one. Now, as you can see, the numbers of post-Thargoid recoveries has jumped to 18. It has to be said that of the last couple of weeks, the Anti-Xeno Initiative and associated groups have done a fantastic job. There's even one Maelstrom which has no invasions left whatsoever, which is the original one down here. They've got no invasions. They managed to stop every single invasion around this Maelstrom. However, there are still plenty of systems which are under Thargoid control. Nobody has managed to take a system back from the Thargoid control yet. Presently, the Anti-Xeno Initiative are thinking that they're only going to be able to defend against invasions. Nobody has they want to try and contain the invasions before even trying to take back control of a system. Now, where does this leave humanity? Well, humanity at the moment is, well, there's hundreds and thousands of settlements, there's thousands of systems. It would probably take 2 or 3 years for the Thargoids at this rate to destroy the bubble. However, we're only holding back at the moment and slowing down the Thargoid advance, because as you can see, the Thargoid control jumped about 70. So even if you're able to stop 10 like we were last week, there'd still be another 28 systems that would fall to Thargoid control, and then you've got to divert forces to stop the Thargoid alerts. Now, Frontier have said that they are happy with the level of difficulty it takes to change a system. They've obviously downgraded it from the very beginning. There is still the weekly timer, so if you haven't completed it within the week, that's it, it's reset. But as the targets have now lowered a lot more, then people aren't that bothered, it seems. As long as the people feel they're making progress, then yeah, I guess that's all that matters. Now, as far as the whole Thargoid war is concerned, you could consider the Maelstroms to be like the king chess pieces. Those are the ones we've got to try and take out, put into checkmate, and remove from the board. However, we have our own kings to defend, if you see what I mean, and these are the medical ships and the anti-Xeno ships. This is where we get all our new weapons and so forth. Now we have several new weapons, which I will show you. Starport services. Now I have the advanced multi-cannons here. Now we are waiting on the new advanced missile racks to arrive, especially the fixed ones, because the missile racks at the moment do damage against the Thargoid interceptors, but not enough. And yeah, I've yet to still solo one Cyclops, so that's my mission for this week. I've got to try and solo a Cyclops. So the upshot of all this is that yeah, the Thargoid war is progressing. We're being slowly pushed. Humanity is being slowly pushed back. However, on a more positive note, a lot more players have come back to the game since this has started. My friends list has been quite extensive over the last couple of weeks, and yeah, it's looking good. I'm not saying it's done this Thargoid War's done a No Man's Sky like turnaround for Elite Dangerous, because there are still issues with Odyssey that still need looking at. There's still some really horrible bugs, and you can see there that we've got a little bit of shadow flickering on the top there, but I think people are coming back. The Thargoid War is bringing people back, and then they're discovering that Odyssey is in a far better state than it was. Oh, it's infinitely better than it was at launch. And I must admit, I've been able to upgrade my resolution because I've got a new monitor over Christmas, and the FPS has stayed quite high, allowing me to almost move to 4K, which is really, really pretty. So the upshot of all this is that the Thargoid War it's not going well, but it's not going as badly as people thought it would. And basically more people are playing with the game. So fingers crossed that this is the beginning of an Elite Dangerous renaissance for a lot of old players to come back and discover just how improved Elite Dangerous and Odyssey is.